Hey, Julie Roussel here. Welcome and thanks for joining in on this wild and wet and windy, wacky Wednesday night where you never know what the topic's gonna be. Hey, it's great to have you joining in, whether live right now in the midst of all this weird weather in Wisconsin or even on the replay. So as always, if you hear something you like, leave a reaction, comment in the thread, and share with anyone you think it might help, and PM me if you want to hear more or have questions. Hey, Lisa, Maria, it's great, and Robin too, it's great to see y'all tonight. Maria, hope you guys are hanging in there with all this really bad weather going on. So, hey, let's get started and ask questions. I'm always asking questions. But do you ever feel like the things that happen to you on a daily basis, kind of determine and control how your life's going to be? Well, if you've ever had that happen to you or felt that way, would you please comment in the thread below, yes, no, maybe, sometimes, all the time, pretty often, frequently, whatever, describes your life. So do you let those things bother you, and control your life on a daily basis? Well, I wanted to share a quick story with you and just some tips that have been helping me a lot when things seem to really steamroll in just the wrong direction. So now I'm really hoping that they help you too. Hey, thanks, Jacqueline. It's nice to know that it happens to other people too. Thanks for commenting. But for example, you're driving your child to a sports activity. Some car pulls out in front of you. You slam on the brakes. You narrowly miss hitting each other. The other driver gets out and they're checking how close you are. And they're like, what the heck? You almost hit me. Where did you learn to drive? Watch where you're going, blah, blah, blah. And you steamroll. Yes, they certainly do, don't they, Lisa? But, you smile and you wave, you're like, hey, so, sorry, And at this point, your son looks at you and says, Mom, aren't you going to yell back and call them a jerk? They almost hit us. Why are you smiling and waving? And at this point, it's not like you've had a beautiful day. It's not like everything has gone super beautiful for you, but it's not like you're not tempted to just reach your hand out the window, flip them off, say something rude. Thank you, Kristen. That's really sweet. But it's not like you want to honk the horn, throw something at them, run them over with a tank. Doesn't everybody? But instead you smile to your son and you say, well, people are like garbage trucks. And your son looks at you with that weird face and says, stinky and full of garbage. Exactly, sweetie. People run around with garbage from all the things that have been happening to them that day. And, you're full of anger and disappointment and frustration and stress and sadness and anger and everything else. And you just need a place to dump it before your truck explodes. And sometimes they end up dumping it on you, whether you want them to or not. Who wants garbage dumped on them? So your son looks at you and says, well, ew, I don't want garbage and stink on me all day long. Is that why you put up your hand, Mommy, like an invisible shield? Obviously, he plays video games. But he's exactly right. The key is, and this is a very tough key for me to remember on a daily basis, that you don't take it personally. Why do you have to? It's not like you've never accidentally done something similar or, something when you were having a bad day. You could let it get you ticked off. You could drive angry, get a speeding ticket, be rude to your coworkers. You could get in trouble at work for that. You might be screaming at your kids or picking a fight with your spouse, break a couple dishes, punch a hole in the wall that you then have to pay for to fix, all because somebody dumped a little garbage on you. You let it stick with you that day, and then you passed it off to everyone around you. And so did they, and so did they. Domino effect. And yeah, I know how hard that is when someone does something to just, reflect it away from you. Yeah, everybody struggles with that all the time. And it's one of the toughest things you ever try to do on a daily basis, but it's worth it. And this is the important tip I wanted to share with you that a mentor shared with me, that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you take it. You don't have to allow the things that other people do to you to consume and destroy you. You can't control everything that happens to you, but the one thing you can control is how you allow it to affect you. And in turn, everybody around you. So if you heard something that you like or that moves you, leave me a reaction, comment in the thread. Thank you. I see some likes popping up. And share the video with anyone you think it might help, and PM me with questions, comments, and if you want some more tips on how to kick that garbage out of your life. You could allow someone else's lousy day garbage to negatively affect you and your life. Or you could develop a shield to block it out. Imagine how much less stressful, how much more in control you feel, how many less problems you have to deal with, how your relationships are going to improve, and how it's going to positively affect the people around you that you love. Just if you remembered the 90-10 tip. I'm glad it did, Kristen. I hope you have a great night. RC, great to see you, bud. And if I didn't see you, pop it in. It was great to have you. Catch it on the replay. Message me if you want to talk.